Robert told me that you definitely cheated on me. We should go to the doctor and get tested to see who this baby is for. Robert was very insistent that he had a sexual problem and could not have children and that I was pregnant because I cheated on him. When I think about it myself, maybe I made a wrong choice and Robert is right, but we should go to the doctor and get tested. However, Robert doesn't want to talk to me even though I may have cheated on him with his father. Hello, my name is Elizabeth and I am 28 years old now. I was an architecture student and I had a good relationship with my classmates at university. This good relationship was also due to my father's job. He was a real estate trader and I was present in some of his meetings and I enjoyed when we heard my father talk. Maybe one of the reasons why I study architecture is because of those beautiful houses that I used to visit when I was a child. I really wanted to study in another city and my parents agreed with my decision because of the university and my future career and bought me a house in the city where I was going to university. I was busy studying, but there was an empty place for a partner in my heart. In one of my specialized classes, there was a boy who, like me, could easily communicate with any person when I talked to him closely. I really liked him and maybe he liked me too, but unfortunately, Robert talked to everyone in the same way. In the meeting, after our talk, this time Robert came forward and suggested that we make a date together. After that date, we spent more time together and I enjoyed Robert more every day. I always imagined a dream life with all the children with Robert. One of the reasons why I love children so much is that I myself was an only child and not having a brother and sister is really annoying. After finishing our course, Robert got hired in a big construction company and introduced me as his consultant in the company. After that, we had several meetings with our families, and the meetings where I was a guest at Robert's parents' house for dinner. Robert's father was a very kind and warm-hearted man and he respected me a lot and joked that very soon you must be our bride. These words of Robert's father seemed like a joke to me, and I smiled at him. But there was a seriousness in Robert's father's eyes, as if he liked me and wanted me to be his bride. After that party, Robert asked me to marry him and I accepted this request because I loved him very much. As I said earlier, I thought that Robert loved children and I imagined a life full of children for myself. But after 4 years of our life together, we did not have children at all. We were very happy in these 4 years and we went on many trips together and had many celebrations together. Even Robert did not pay attention to me 1% less and even more. In the company, Robert usually takes me to the meetings where there are women to let everyone know that I have a wife and introduces me to everyone as his wife. I also forgot to say that Robert has been working in gym since high school and has a very good body, and his good body is because of his father because Robert's father is a gym coach. So, it is very logical that many women would like to talk to Robert or his father or make a date, but both Robert and his father are very committed. But in any case, I really wanted children, but we couldn't have children. I felt that maybe the problem was with Robert, but neither I nor Robert had ever raised this issue. One night I had invited Robert's family for you. Robert's father drew his attention to the faucet that was leaking when he brought it up with Robert. Robert said he was going to have a repairman come and fix it, probably this weekend when I was home. Robert's father suggested that I solve this problem myself, but Robert said that the repairman will come. Father, don't worry, and then my father-in-law said, "Why do you want to spend so much?" After Robert left, he told me that my father made a good offer. We don't have a company meeting tomorrow, and I think you should stay home. I will tell my father to come and fix the toilet pipe. The next night, my father-in-law came to our house at noon and started repairing the pipes. After an hour passed, I told him that you should rest a bit. I made a glass of cold syrup for her and gave it to her. When my father-in-law saw my sadness, he said, "My dear daughter, has something happened? Did Robert say something bad to you?" I replied that Robert neither said nor did anything. Then my father-in-law said, "So what made my beautiful daughter-in-law upset?" I explained to my father-in-law the story that we have been married for 4 years and still haven't had children. He thought a lot and said that if you think there is a problem with Robert, I will talk to him and that he should go to the doctor. I hastily said no. If Robert found out that I shared this important secret of our life with someone, he would probably be very upset. My father-in-law said that it's okay, so satisfy him yourself. I will help you with anything you want, financially. After that, he said goodbye to me and left. I called Robert and told him that now that I didn't come today, what would you like me to cook for you tonight? Robert loves vegetarian food, so he told me to flavor the chicken breast the way I like it and put it in the oven. After Robert came and we had dinner together, we talked about having a baby, but Robert did not agree and said that we will either have a baby ourselves or we will adopt a child. The next day, I told Robert's words to his father. My father-in-law said that I know my son better than you. If he says something like this, even I can't change his mind. I went and talked to a consultant myself. The consultant suggested me to conceive a child through ovulation, which means that sexual fertilization takes place in a laboratory environment and then it is placed in my uterus. After Robert and I tried to get pregnant naturally and we didn't get any results, I shared the counselor's words with my father-in-law. My father-in-law suggested that he himself fertilize me, that is, he would go to the laboratory and fertilize the sperm, and I would later go to the laboratory, and during a simple operation, they would take the egg from me and create the fertilization in the laboratory. When I went to the hospital to transfer the fertilized cell, I suddenly saw Robert there. I realized that since the night I talked to him, Robert had talked to many genetic counselors so that he could go through the same path that I took with my father-in-law to get pregnant, but he didn't know what I did. Because I thought it would be much better if he heard it from my mouth, I explained the whole story to him, and Robert was very surprised at first and then became very upset. And he said that we should do a test. If the child is from my father, we will abort it and you will get pregnant from me. But I had not done egg transfer yet. After the test, when it was confirmed that I am pregnant, I was very surprised. Even my doctor hesitated, because we had not done the transfer yet. After the test, it turned out that Robert and I conceived naturally and I am 1 month pregnant. I discussed this with everyone and celebrated every night for a week. As I am writing this message, I came back from the ultrasound and found out that I am pregnant with triplets. Maybe if Robert had been more honest with me and I would have handled this issue better, Robert wouldn't have been upset and I wouldn't have looked for alternative ways. But I realized that having a kind and caring father-in-law is very important and influential in life.